Hopefully, the contents of this jar is going to taste like Turkish Delight. My name is Toby, and I love to homebrew. I don't take it particularly seriously. I don't have all the fancy kit, but for the last 2 or 3 years, I've been making my own meads, perries, and ciders from scratch in this here glass jar I bought for a tenner from TK Maxx. And this recipe that I'm going to be trying is supposed to be tasting like Turkish Delight when it's all said and done. In the past, I've had great successes with hedgeline fusions of sloe and blackberry. I've had great success with perry pears and cooking apples and the like from the garden. And this time I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. And I'm going to be taking you guys along for the journey of making this. It should take 2 or 3 weeks, and it should be nice, easy, and very easy to replicate for you guys as well. So what exactly has gone into this mystery jar that I have here in front of me? Well, it's very simple. I've been out in the garden. I have collected myself up some strawberries from our completely now wild strawberry patch, which used to be a normal strawberry patch where we were deliberately growing them, and they just keep coming back. And I think we're going to have to dig them up because we always end up with so many and they never get eaten. So I'm sticking them in a brew. I've also collected a lot of the wild grown elderflower that has been about the garden and the hedgerows in the local area. And of course, to top it off for that Turkish Delight taste, I have been pillaging my mum's roses now that they're slightly going over, and put a hell of a lot of rose petal in this as well. And now, if you don't know the basics of mead making, the base sugar for mead is going to be honey. So we've put a lot of honey and warm water in here. Then some brewer's yeast to kickstart the fermentation progress, and then hopefully the flavorings of strawberry, rose, and elderflower will make for a really nice fragrant flavor come the end of the brewing process. So that's what's in the contents of this jar so far. Let's check on it as the weeks go by, do some tasting, do some reflavoring, and hopefully we'll end up with a pretty nice brew. Now, alongside this brew, I am also preparing some standalone elderflower cordial here, which is obviously just soaking in water overnight with a bit of sugar and a bit of lemon juice. And this is going to act as our reflavoring additive that we can use if we end up with any leftover, if I don't drink it all. But this is my first attempt at elderflower cordial. Should be nice and easy, but we will see how this turns out over the next couple days. And you always end up with 1 or 2 little stragglers, little tiny bugs that make it in. I use these silicone toppers to stop bugs getting in, which I can't put on with one hand, but usually sits tight. There's always 1 or 2 that manage to slip past the net. We are about a week or so later, and we are here to do our first minor taste. I'm expecting this to still taste very yeasty and very, very fermented because, you know, it's still bubbling away really nicely in there and by no means is ready. But what I'm hoping to taste is those flavors from the fruits and the petals start to come through. It's got this lovely light pink hue to it right now, which is a really nice color for a mead. And I've also got my elderflower cordial here, which is drained of the flowers and most of the bugs now, which I have already tasted, and it is lovely. After about 24 to 36 hours, I took the plants out and I've let sit since then. We're going to have another taste of this on camera. Now it's set for a couple days, and then we're going to add it to this once we've had a taste and see if we can get those flavors going. So there we go, we've got a small bit of our cordial. Obviously, normally this would be mixed with water to make it a lot less strong, but that is just absolutely phenomenal. It's so nice. I don't know why you would ever buy store-bought elderflower cordial when there's just elderflower in abundance over all the hedgerows. Like, genuinely, I could go for a walk now and collect a bucket that big full of elderflowers and make enough cordial to last me the year. I really could. So that is just absolutely phenomenal. I'll definitely be making it again for a first try, and it being that simple, no brainer. Really, really good. Now let's try this one, which obviously we're not going to be anywhere near ready on this, but let's just get a little bit of that out. So I'm being very careful not to take too much. Just a little bit of a taste. It's got that lovely light pink colour to it. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so that strawberry and rose flavour has come through really, really well. There's still a lot of honey going on, a lot, because obviously it's mead, it's still brewing, but that is tasting really pleasant. I think what it needs is obviously this to go into it, and perhaps some more strawberries closer to the end date. So normally I let these meads brew for 2, maybe 3 weeks. It's not tasting really at all very alcoholic yet. I can see we're bubbling away, so maybe I've just not given it enough time to do so. But what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to add this, leave it for another 3 or 4 days, see if it's getting any more alcoholic. If it is, we're fine. If it's not, I might have to add a little bit more yeast to kickstart that progress. But you know what? Let's add this, and we are looking like we're on for a winner. Thank you, Mr. Pheasant. That is topping us up very nicely. So once, of course, all the petals and the fruits out of that, it'll bring the level back down. But you know, I think that's going to be an absolutely lovely brew. Let's check on it in a few days. All right, so it has been a few days and I've now removed the fruit out of it. So that's nice and simple. Just get the fruit out, sieve it out, and then put it back in the container. And it is bubbling away frantically in here, which is really good. It means the brewing is well underway. You can probably see just under there, we've got a nice layer of froth at the top. It is really bubbling hard as I sit here and look at it. And it's gone this lovely sort of peach colour. So, yeah, we're well underway. I'm going to give it a taste and see how alcoholic it has become. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit yeasty at the minute, which is as expected because it's still brewing away nice. So, tiny little bit. That's so pleasant. That's really nice. It's gone proper alcoholic now. You can definitely taste it. It tastes, yeah, really good. Really, really good. Can still taste the hints of elderflower and rose and strawberry. And, you know, once that finishes up, that's going to be lovely. So, we're in a bit of a heat wave now, so it's going a bit more mental than it should be, really, keeping it a bit too warm. So I'm going to try and put it in a bit of a colder place. And we're going to let this bubble away through the rest of this week. And then I am going to halt the brewing, kill it, going to keep testing it every day until I'm happy with where it's at. And then we'll get it bottled and properly tasted. And yeah, I'm really pleased with it so far. So it's been a little while longer and it's an absolute scorcher today, but I think we're pretty much there with this homebrew. It has now been going a total of 3 weeks, I'd like to say, maybe 3.5, which is longer than I usually leave it. But this one has just been tasting so, so good. And if I give it a smell, it just smells absolutely phenomenal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a final taster and see sort of where we're at, whether it needs any re-sweetening, how alcoholic it is, and if we're happy with the alcohol levels, then I have something here that will kill the yeast and halt the fermentation to leave us, you know, where we are currently. Then in 24 hours, we will come back, give it another taste once everything's dead, once everything's settled out. If we're happy with how sweet it is and the flavors, we will leave it there. It is ready to bottle and it's ready to go. So let's give it that taste. I expect it to be more than a little bit warm today because it is about 30 degrees. But so yeah, given the fact that is a little bit warm, it is tasting. It's tasting really, really good. It's absolutely fantastic. It's not like blow your head off alcoholic, which some of the ones in the past I've made have been a little bit. But it's definitely, you know, if I had a pint of that, you'd definitely feel it. You definitely taste it. But it's super sweet, super flavorful. It's not just like that honey sugar flavor. You can definitely taste the rose, 100% taste the elderflower. There's definitely strawberry in there as well. So really pleased with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill the yeast and halt the fermentation now. So we're actually looking really good on the top. We've got no layer of scum whatsoever, which is fantastic. It's always good to see that. It means everything is going right, nothing's going moldy. But what I have here is I have two things. I have potassium sorbate and potassium metabisulfate, two nice easy chemicals you can get, like a fiver off Amazon. And these are fantastic for killing yeast and halting brewing. And every mead I've done since the very first couple have used these, and they do a fantastic job of basically just stopping it in its tracks rather than waiting for the fermentation to end and potentially ending up with something really alcoholic and not very sweet, or the other way around. This is a great way to do it. So it's literally just a teaspoon of each stirred around in there. One of them stops the fermentation and one of them kills off the remaining yeast. And I don't know which one's which off the top of my head, but both have been what I've been using and never had any issues. But you really don't need very much, just literally a teaspoon. You can see it's bubbling up and frothing up massively. We've now got a bit of a head on it, so give that a few days to settle down and stir that in. That'll get really nice and sorted, and we will basically check back in the morning for what will be hopefully our final taster and be ready for bottling, which is really, really exciting. There we have it. It is now the next morning, and this is our final mead taste test. As you can see, it has settled out now to this lovely yellow colour, and it is no longer bubbling at all, which is good. It means that the mead has died, the fermentation has stopped. So let's do a taster of our final mead and then get it in a bottle. So as it is about 7:30 in the morning, we're not going to go for a full glass, but ooh, okay, that is delightful. It's alcoholic. It is really sweet, which is lovely, and you're not getting those individual flavors you were before, but you're getting a really nice mix that does indeed taste a bit like Turkish Delight. That is really quite nice. I'm really proud of that one. That is top tier. So I have got a few of these bottles, and we are now going to bottle it up. This thing usually holds 2 or 3 of these, so let's get bottling. So, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. Our first home brewed mead on the channel. Obviously, I have done this a lot in the past, but this is the first time I have recorded the process, and it has just come out as our absolute best one yet. It tastes super sweet, super alcoholic, really, really nice. I'm super pleased with how it has gone. Genuinely, genuinely fantastic. If you enjoyed following along with the process, make sure you go down below, comment down below what you are going to try with your recipes. It did end up tasting a bit like a Turkish Delight brew. It's genuinely fantastic. I'm so pleased with it. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next video.